barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. I got a hour and 20-minute ride, so I get to go into it. Click the link, 9 Wives. To do that soccer stocking stuff. And, let's talk about this. Now, tomorrow night in the barbershop, we doing an apology show. It's all talk and all that stuff. Al Haymon's a genius. How could he do this? You hate on Floyd Mayweather. I knew about Mickey Bay a long time ago. I'm going to just tell y'all, Mickey Bay and I got the same lawyer. How about that? And I know about all them tragedies at that gym, man. We're going to talk about Luis Arias in another video. But here's a take on Al Haymon. I'm here to break news to y'all. Al Haymon took close to $1 billion from Waddell, from an investment firm. And what is an investment firm? An investment firm is an entity that uses other people's money to generate more wealth, right? And it's a risk approach, right? Risk versus reward. It's legal thievery from the perspective of Al Haymon and his business partner. Here's why. And for those of you who don't know, y'all sit down and just pay attention and take notes, because I know what I'm talking about. All right. PBC, well, Al Haymon took close to it, I said that. PBC cannot succeed. You say, why, Fred? PBC is not a business. PBC is a portal to launder the investors' money from Waddell and Reed. Now, it's legal, but it's a portal. And you say, how do I know, Fred? Because PBC has to fail. PBC cannot succeed. Can't. It's impossible. Because if PBC succeeds, you got to pay back that $1 billion. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why none of the fighters are signed to PBC. The fighters are signed to Al Haymon. They are not property. The fighters are not property of the money in which that came from. Waddell and Reed. So if you know business and you have and let's say you and your friend go to the local casino, right? And you know your friend to be a solid poker player. And you say, hey, how about if I put in 100, you put in 100, and let's try and double it and make $400. Now, if your friend loses that $100 of yours, $200 total, what happens? Nothing happens because you guys took the risk and failed, right? Well, guess what that $1 billion happened with Al Haymon? Am I centered? Al Haymon, and I forget the man's name, but it's a white man that worked for Waddell and Reed. It worked out for him. And they're managers of that fund. So that means every transaction to manage it, they get paid because it's tied within the rubrics of financiers and investors. The same thing Jay Morrison did with the Tulsa Real Estate Fund is the same thing Al Haymon did with PBC. And I should do a video on that so people can draw the parallel. It's just a genius. And you guys say, why didn't Al Haymon invest in Olympians? Why should he? He already got his $500 million. Whatever he took for managing that fund, him and his partner, the white boy, that's what they made, and it's legal. It's nothing they can do. And guess what? So what happens is Al Haymon will still own the fighters, but PBC will dissolve, and we will never know PBC dissolve. Not unless it has to dissolve, because people from the investment firm takes them to court, and they wanted to own it, and they get a manager, and they get an auditor, and they check the value of it, and they do what they do. But PBC is failing intentionally, y'all. Intentionally. Why you think it's on pay-per-view? We can't afford it. Everybody won, but the fans and the fighters. Always associates PBC success with the top 5 fighters. They're supposed to do well. Just like the people on Instagram, they're only gonna show you how great life is. Then $2,000. Look at my Range Rover. Look at my Bentley. That's something you're supposed to see. Tank Davis, and that's what it is. But in order to stay in business, you can't give out those salaries. But why did Al Haymon give out those salaries? You got it. You got it. To inflate the investment. And also he had to pay for loyalty too, because the fighters could have left, because Al Haymon is basically an advisor. Although he has a managerial contract with these men, but in boxing terms, he is an advisor. So the ride is over, y'all. The ride is officially over. And I'm saying this because I want y'all to understand big business. I think you guys, well, maybe at my funeral, you guys will say, oh man, he was a genius. He was before his time. He told us this was happening. I told you this happened 2 years ago before anybody said it. I told you about Floyd and them 2 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe 4 years ago, before anyone said it. And now Mickey Bay said it, so y'all believe it, right? Lonnie B said it, now y'all believe it, right? All these fighters are leaving, now y'all believe it. So tomorrow night in the barbershop, we're going to have an apology tour. And I deserve it. I deserve it. So all y'all that was saying on Al Haymon, so all y'all that said I was hating on Al Haymon, y'all got to kiss the ring now. Am I a genius now? That's why the risk takers are always the most revered in history. I'm going down in history on this YouTube joint because Mickey Bay is the hottest story this week. Shout out to Trill Boxing Talk. But I told you guys about that years ago. But I was hating on Floyd. I was hating on Floyd. And I'm going to say this again. I could have shut up and have Floyd promote the movie that we did, and I make my integrity, my moral compass that ticks inside of me wouldn't allow it. You understand? It wouldn't allow it. So I severed that relationship that I had. I'm not gonna kiss another grown man ass. I know how to unlock my front door. I know what it takes to unlock my front door. Y'all protecting Floyd just to get a picture. As I said in the video before this, science is God's divine. Humanity first. Pro-black group that being a Democrat, we always associate a group. Afraid to say, oh, relationship with everybody. But this is real sacrifice. I get the bullet. That's like happening. Said all this, but I take pride in knowing what I do. And I understand logistics. I know. No, we may Waddell and Reed. We'll never know that they went under, but they've officially gone under. PBC ain't what it is. PBC has no money. PBC got to be in the super red, because if they're not in the super red, Al Haymon got to pay back the money that he borrowed. Al Haymon does not want to pay back the money that he borrowed. So he from a financial standpoint, he's not upset that uh PBC failed. That's why I said y'all are so emotionally tied to being pro-black that you're fooling yourself. How does a business stay in business 50 years? Who cares what color the man's name is? What color his skin is? How does Bob Arum stay in business? How does your white boss that you work for stay in business, right? You work for a corporation. How does they stay in business? Why don't you understand systems and operations so you can open up your own business? Nah, you stuck on being pro-black to a fault. Man, that is a group that you chose to be a part of. You understand? And if being pro-black is just is following the dumb and the blind, it's not cool, man. You know what I mean? Make sure the people that you support have character and integrity. Al Heyman's gonna be filthy rich. He's probably gonna be worth $300 or $400 million. That money's gone. That it's gonna be another LLC next year, and he's gonna roll that money over. He's gonna find another investment, another investor, another network, and it's gonna fail. And he's gonna have proof that it failed. You know why? Because Fox is gonna prove that it failed. That's why everything is on pay-per-view. It must fail. But what do I know? Y'all think I'm angry. Y'all think I'm mad. You think Al Haymon is pro-black. You think he's a Democrat. How about y'all go check and see how? Why don't y'all go check his donation records? You know you can do that, right? Why don't y'all go check and see if he's a Democrat or Republican? Check his donation records. It's free. You can go check it. How about y'all do that? How about y'all learn about the man? Y'all didn't even know that he'd take his mom to church every Sunday. This has nothing to do with him being a great son. I'm talking about him being a businessman. PBC, Al Haymon wanted PBC to fail on purpose. He don't want to pay back the investors. It's going to fail. Al Haymon made his. Deontay Wilder made his. But then the fighters don't know this, but they were a part of the scam. He doesn't want it to grow. Why don't they recruit a Olympian? Want to be around that long? He ain't got that amount of time. Nah. Why? He ain't got that amount of time. But he's still gonna own the fighters. and they're gonna be fighting once a year. 2022 gonna be the worst year in the history of PBC fighters, the worst in the history. But I want y'all to come back at the end of 2022 and say, Fred, you were right again. You know what I mean? So, anyways, man, I'm going back to listen. God damn. I'm gonna go back to listen to Life Jennings. I'm listening to his first album. Powerful album, man. If you need some inspiration, go cut on that. What is it? Life 268-192. That was his number, his ID number in prison. So go check that out. And hope you guys have a great holiday season. And I already know the pro-black people. I don't believe in Christmas. Well, do you believe in family? Call it Family Day, man, because half your family works for the city, the government works for a business, and they get Christmas off. How about you go over there and cut you a piece of ham, cut you a piece of, oh, I don't eat ham, I don't eat pork. Okay, man, okay, you bring your own food. Bring your own food and celebrate and worship your family, man. Worship your last name. Y'all worshiping the gifts you get. Y'all worshiping your Nikes. You worshiping your favorite football team. Oh, excuse me, your favorite basketball team. Oh, man. The Lakers are playing the Nets. I can't wait. There's some other games playing, too. All major markets. You know, the NBA ain't stupid. Probably the Knicks are playing. Probably Dallas is playing. You know what I mean? Golden State is probably playing. You know how they do it. You know what I mean? They ain't dumb. But start worshiping your last name, y'all. How about you do that? Y'all worship Floyd Mayweather and Al Haymon like y'all getting dividends. It just amazes me how you tell people the truth for years, and they still don't believe it when it's right in front of their face. So, anyways, man, I am the financial whisperer in boxing, and the 20 or 30 fighters. Hey, the 20 or 30 fighters that I've been conversing with. Okay, when it's all said and done, I need y'all to do an Instagram post, do a tweet, truth, okay? Because that's how I get half my information and my common sense. I'm gone, man. I'm on to listen to Life Jennings. Don't forget 9 Whys below, man. I appreciate you. At least 10 people go buy 9 Whys because this video done open up a lot of eyes. Like, wow, Fred, I never looked at it from that perspective. I know, because you can't handle the truth, man. I know. And you're welcome. Mickey Bay says you're welcome. I'm gone, man. Holla.